Just certain things you cannot control. There are times that you might actually even feel jealous of your friend. When people don't handle this kind of situation properly, it breaks the bond.
Starting on a new page feels better every time. Flip a simple waking up next to you.
Hi my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're most welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, hi, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You guys, this video is going to be a chit chat video. This video was inspired by one series I just started rewatching, which is the Gossip Girl. So if you have seen that series before, please let me know in the comment section, and I think you might understand it better than the others, but I will still try to like explain everything as we go. So let's just go right down into the video. Now in this series there are two best friends, or there are best friends, Blair and Serena. These two girls have always been working life together, even though they have their different personalities. But Blair is more of someone who works for what she wants. Okay, she is the type that does background checks, background research if she wants to like meet up someone for a particular thing that she really wants. But Serena on the other hand is a very carefree person, but somehow things always get into her lap, even though she does not work for them as much as Blair. If you've watched this movie, you might understand where I'm coming from, but this is just like the backstory of it. Now I'm coming to use this plot to play into what I think we also experience in our everyday life. There are situations where you can be very good friends with somebody and you two may be working towards a particular thing. You might be more eager about the thing than your friend, or you two might actually be in the same level of enthusiasm to get a particular thing, but one person gets it and the other doesn't. Now in that series, Serena, whenever she gets an opportunity that she knows that her best friend Blair has always wanted, she always feels the need to turn down those opportunities because she feels it is a way to show her loyalty to her friend. Most of the time, she does not really even need those opportunities, but they just fall into her laps. But her friend has always been struggling, wanting this particular thing, and she's the one getting it. And we may have experienced similar things from time to time. So I even decided to ask my WhatsApp people what they would do in that situation if they have experienced something like that. I gave them a scenario, okay, and I'm going to give you the same scenario. So imagine that you want to get into college, university, yeah, and let's say the VC or like somebody you have to impress to get into that institution is coming for your high school party, like dinner or something, and that would be a perfect time to like make your impression so that he may consider getting you into your dream institution. Now let's say the friend A has been doing her background check, trying to look for hobbies, just things that will make her impressive in the eye of the person. And the friend B is, she doesn't really care like whether she gets in or not, but you two get into the party, and friend B, who doesn't really care about things like this, just does something ordinary, but the person who friend A is trying to impress to get into the institution is now being impressed by the ordinary thing this friend B did. And my question was, if you were friend A, how would you, of course you feel bad, but how would you handle the situation? And if you were friend B, would you want to just give up the opportunity because it's not something you think you deserve. And a lot of people were like, yeah, they might actually like give up the opportunities, which I just think is, we're just saying the theoretical aspect. I don't think practically you want to turn down those opportunities, but we don't know. So yeah, some people actually said that they would turn it down, or they would try to canvas for their friend, like, make an impression for their friend, like tell the person concerning their friend. Yeah, all of those things are quite impressive, but just a scenario. It might happen for some people, but it might happen in a more complicated situation. So let's speak from the aspect of friend B. First of all, before we go to the aspect of friend A, I know we've all experienced something like that at some point in our lives. Friend B, most of the times you will probably want to shrink yourself because you feel like you're shining too bright and is probably outshining your friend, which is not necessarily your intention. Or you would always want to second guess yourself whether you should do a particular thing, whether you're always constantly caring about your friends feeling, and most times to your own detriment. But in that movie, Blair would always tell Serena to give up that opportunity for her, which in my opinion is not something a good friend should do. If you ever find yourself in that situation where your friend gets an opportunity that you've always wanted, it is totally wrong to ask them to give up those opportunities for you. There is no guarantee that you will even get the opportunities if they turn it down. One thing is that with life, there are just certain things you cannot control. And yeah, it's probably your friend's luck that they got something that you didn't. And it could also be your own luck, because life is a journey. You would never know. What you are experiencing at the moment is usually there to teach you a lesson or to make you stop for something bigger. And most people do not actually think that far. So now every single time your friend whose light is shining brighter than yours, as you think, is going to have to continuously apologize for being blessed, constantly wanting to live in your shadows because she does not want to overshadow you. First things first, if you ever find yourself in that kind of situation, the first thing you should try to do is to communicate with your friend. Friend A and friend B should actually have a heartfelt communication. Tell each other what you feel at that moment so that you know how to move forward. Now, for friend A, it's very normal. You will feel sad, you will feel unhappy. Most times, they might not even know how to act. If you're the friend A, please make sure that you are not asking your friend to apologize for being blessed or for being lucky or for having something that you don't have. True friendship is seen when a friend can be happy for her friend's success even when they don't feel like it. They are having something good in their life, so you should be happy. Just make sure that you're not trying to make them feel bad for having that kind of blessing come their way. If your friend B, also be mindful of your friend's feelings. You know that at this particular point in time, might not really know how to feel because they feel sad, but in turn it looks like they are not happy for you. So it's like having literally two emotions at the same time. You should avoid using words or behaving boastful, because it might really sound somehow when someone is telling you, you have to be mindful of how another person feels because you had a blessing, and in your head it's like, why should I care about your feelings? Like, why should I really care about you? Like, I got this, like, It's mine. So why should I feel bad about I'm not telling you to feel bad, but in friendships, in relationships, things are not very linear, okay? Things can be very complicated. So make sure that you just be sensitive to your friends' feeling. Don't use words that may appear that you're boastful about your accomplishment. Focus on highlighting your friends' accomplishments and encouraging their strengths. That will kind of change the dynamics of the whole situation, because at that particular point most people actually forget that they have always been doing well. Okay, at that moment they're focusing on the present, they're focusing on how bad they have it at that moment. So try to help them focus on their own strengths. Okay, there are things that they do better than others. Just help them focus on that. At the end of the day, if your friend A, just take your time to feel whatever emotion that you feel. Okay, there are times that you might actually even feel jealous of your friend, and I think that's totally fine, but it's not something you should breed on, it's not something you should nurture, because if you nurture jealousy it grows into something bigger, something much more evil, and at that point you might not even have the willpower to control what you might do to your friend. So when you do all of that, it might be a very hard time for both of you in your friendships, because as much as you're always trying to feel happy for your friend, at that point it does remind you that you have something less. But if you're watching this video and you got to this point, I want to let you know that at every single point in life, at the end of the day, you will understand why you may not have had some opportunities that you missed. You may not understand at the moment. As time goes on, you'll be able to understand why you lost that opportunity to your friend, and it does not mean that you are not going to get something better. I think that one thing with people is that they always think life is a race. It's like who is on top, who is below. it, all those things are not even necessary, because life is really a journey. Okay, it can be your high time, there can be your low time, there can be your in between. There is no two people's journey that are the same. When people don't handle this kind of situation properly, it breaks the bond that the friendship has. It looks like one person is happy for one person and the other person is not. When you have friends, you dream of the friendship developing into a sisterhood. And the thing is that life throws us with different things. You would never know. So it is maybe the best friendships that actually stand the test of time. Others may not be able to stand that and they just break off. But if you are ever in this Serena and Blair situation, I think it's something that needs the both of you to understand yourself and communicate, because if one person is feeling boastful and the other person is feeling envious, it's just going to turn into something toxic. Now I'm going to end this video now. I don't know if this video is going to be a long or short video, but I'm happy I made this video and I hope it helps somebody out there to be able to navigate this kind of situation. Don't dull your sparks for somebody else. Be a good friend, basically. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.